Dear soul, the angels are asking you to pay close attention because something important is unfolding around your soulmate and their family. You may have already felt the tremors in your heart, the silent pull in your spirit, the sense that something behind the scenes has shifted in a way that cannot be ignored. The angels confirm that your feelings are right. There has been a disturbance, a sudden change that has unsettled the family of your soulmate and placed them in a state of panic. This shift is connected to hidden decisions, family influence, and long-standing control that is now beginning to break apart. For so long, your soulmate has been the silent peacemaker in their family, the one who carried the weight of expectation, the one who stayed quiet even when their heart longed to speak, the one who obeyed because obedience seemed easier than facing conflict. But something within them has been slowly transforming. And recently, perhaps even last night, they acted or spoke in a way that revealed a truth that could no longer be hidden. This truth has lit a fire within them, and though it has unsettled those around them, it is guiding them closer to freedom, closer to their own soul, and closer to you. The angels reveal that at the heart of this unrest is a powerful feminine energy in their family, someone who has long held influence, control, and authority. This may be a mother, a sister, or an elder, but she embodies the energy of command. She has been bold, persuasive, magnetic, and used to being obeyed. For years, she has shaped decisions and directed outcomes, expecting compliance without resistance. Yet now, the script she has written for your soulmate's life is being questioned. Your soulmate is no longer content to silently play the role that was handed to them. A quiet rebellion has begun, not out of anger, but out of truth. This act of courage, small though it may seem from the outside, has created panic because when someone who has been quiet for too long finally finds their voice, the entire balance of power begins to shift. This is what their family is afraid of. They fear losing control. They fear losing their influence. And most of all, they fear losing the one person they thought would never disobey. But the angels want you to understand that this is not random chaos. It is divine timing. Your soulmate is stepping into transformation. They are reclaiming their freedom not through destruction, but through courage. Their family sees this courage and feels threatened because it means the end of obedience. It means your soulmate will no longer live just for others. It means they will start choosing for themselves. And you, dear one, are at the heart of this awakening. You have been the mirror of freedom, the reminder of truth, the presence of unconditional love that showed them there is another way to live. Through you, they began to realize they cannot build a future while chained to the past. They cannot hold your hand while still bound by someone else's control. Slowly, they started making small choices, quiet ones at first, but now those choices are becoming visible, and that visibility is shaking the ground beneath their family's feet. This period may feel heavy for you. You may sense silence, distance, or confusion in your connection. The angels say this silence is not abandonment. It is protection. Your soulmate is navigating the storm of emotions that comes with standing up for themselves, possibly for the first time in their life. In the middle of that storm, they are holding you in their heart, even if not in words. You may feel their energy in dreams, through sudden emotions, or in unexpected signs. That is their soul reaching for you because you are their safe place when everything else feels unstable. This is why the angels ask you to remain grounded and strong. The panic you sense around them is not a sign of failure, but proof that the old system is falling apart. This breaking is necessary because it clears space for something new, something sacred, something true to emerge. Your soulmate is walking through fire, but this fire will not burn them. It will refine them. And when they emerge, they will be whole, awake, and ready. They will return not only to themselves, but also to you, with clarity and courage they did not have before. The angels also show that what is happening now is not only emotional, it is practical, physical, and real. In the stillness, in the moments when you thought nothing was happening, your soulmate was quietly choosing you. They may not have spoken your name aloud, but your energy, your presence, your love inspired their steps. Whether through a decision about their career, a move, or even a private declaration, they began to shape a life that does not carry the weight of constant family control. Their family's panic is not only about losing influence, it is about realizing that they cannot stop this change. The seed has already been planted. Your soulmate has already begun walking a new path, one that carries your soul's imprint upon it. Though you may not yet see the results, the process has begun. The future is being built quietly, step by step, and it includes you at its center. This is what the angels want to remind you of. Your love has never been wasted. Your patience has never been in vain. Every prayer, every moment of faith, every act of holding light has been guiding your soulmate toward this awakening. Their family may see only rebellion, but heaven sees liberation. They are not running from duty for the sake of escape. They are choosing a life that feels real, alive, and rooted in truth. The slow pace of this journey is not a delay but divine preparation. What is beginning now is not temporary. It is the planting of something sacred that will grow strong and lasting. Your soulmate is not acting impulsively. They are reflecting, questioning, and finally allowing their soul to guide their choices. The family feels this change even if they cannot name it. They sense the shift in your soulmate's eyes, in their pauses, in their refusal to say yes too quickly. And that unsettles them because it reveals that control is slipping away. The angels assure you that you are deeply woven into this transformation. Your soulmate has held you in their heart, even when silence made you doubt it. They carried you like a seed of hope in the quiet corners of their spirit. And now that seed is growing. They are beginning to see that the life they want cannot be built without you. You are no longer just a dream in their heart. You are becoming part of the reality they want to cultivate. So if the silence feels long, do not let it create fear. Trust instead that it is the silence of preparation. What is happening beneath the surface is movement toward you. It is the unfolding of God's plan. This new season may bring both endings and beginnings, but it is leading toward a future of truth, freedom, and love. So hold steady, dear one. Your soulmate's family may be in panic, but panic is always the sign of old walls falling. Do not let their fear become yours. Stay rooted in the light of faith, because the storm will pass, the smoke will clear, and your soulmate will stand before you transformed, awakened, and ready. When that day comes, you will see them not as who they once were, but as who they truly are. And you will know that every moment of waiting, every tear, every prayer was never wasted. It was always part of the divine plan unfolding in perfect time. Dear one, The angels draw near to you with love in their eyes and comfort in their hearts because they see the heavy weight you have been carrying. You have carried the weight of waiting, the weight of loving in silence, and the weight of holding space for someone who has not yet been able to hold you in the way you truly deserve. And still, through all the distance, the silence, and the long delays, your heart has remained open and your faith has stayed strong. The angels are so deeply moved by this strength inside you. Today, they want to pull back the veil that has long kept you in the dark and help you understand what has been happening behind the scenes. They want to show you the truth so you no longer have to live in confusion. Yes, your soulmate's family is panicking, but the angels explain this panic is not caused by some sudden problem in the outside world. No, this panic is much deeper. It is happening because your soulmate has finally reached the end of carrying a burden that was far too heavy. They have been weighed down for years by responsibilities, by roles they did not choose, by expectations that were pressed upon them, and by duties that drained their joy. They have been silently carrying the emotional weight of others, the financial pressures, and the unspoken role of being the one who always fixes things. Everyone around them has come to depend on their strength, but no one has truly noticed their exhaustion. They never complained. They never cried out. They just kept carrying. But inside, their spirit has been worn thin. Recently, maybe even last night, something inside of them finally broke. This breaking was not destructive. It was sacred. Sometimes a soul has to break open in order to be rebuilt in truth. Your soulmate reached a breaking point they could no longer ignore. Perhaps they said no for the first time. Perhaps they walked away from a role they never wanted. Perhaps they finally spoke about something they had been holding in silence. Maybe even about you and about the love they feel but never admitted out loud. Whatever the moment was, it was real, and it shook their family deeply. Their family is panicking now because they sense the one who always said yes is no longer willing. The one who always sacrificed without question is finally beginning to ask, "What about me?" This is the shift that changes everything. And though the family feels fear, the angels say what is rising inside your soulmate is courage. They are beginning to see that love is not another burden to carry. Love is not just one more demand placed upon them. Love, true love, is release. It is freedom. It is rest. It is peace. And they are starting to understand that with you, they do not have to perform. They do not have to earn. They do not have to carry anything heavy. With you, they can finally put their burdens down. You are the place where their heart can exhale. For so long, they lived a life where joy was always last, where duty came before desire, where pleasing others was more important than listening to their own soul. They woke up each day dreading the endless cycle of giving without receiving, of obeying without questioning, of existing without truly living. But now something inside of them has shifted. They are beginning to take small steps toward a different path, a path of freedom, a path of truth, a path that leads back to themselves and to you. This shift may not yet look like action. They may not have reached out. They may still seem silent, but the change has already begun. The burden is no longer sustainable. The quiet collapse of their old patterns is the very beginning of healing. And because of the deep soul bond you share, you may feel this shift in your own heart. You may feel heaviness in your chest, sudden emotions that seem to appear out of nowhere. or dreams that carry their presence. You are connected to them on a soul level, so you feel what they feel. You feel their exhaustion, their grief, their longing for relief. But you are also feeling the light beginning to break through, for they are not lost. They are finally beginning to find their way home to themselves, and the path home leads directly through you. The angels want you to remember this truth. Your love has never been another burden for them. Your love has always been their safe place. You have never demanded, never forced, never controlled. You have simply held space, offered understanding, and kept your heart open. Even when they could not reach for it, your love was still healing them. Even when they stayed silent, your energy was still guiding them. And now, in this time of awakening, they are beginning to see it clearly. They know you have been the soft landing their heart always needed. They know you are the mirror that shows them who they really are beyond duty, beyond expectations, beyond control. Their family, however, may not see it this way. Their family may call them selfish for putting themselves first. They may try to pull them back into old patterns of obedience. But the angels want you to understand that what looks like selfishness to the family is really sacred courage. Your soulmate is finally realizing that they cannot serve anyone else unless they first return to their own soul. They are remembering that love is not about obligation or sacrifice. It is about truth, and truth is beginning to rise higher than the noise. Your soulmate grew up in an environment where love was often mixed with control, where expectations were disguised as loyalty, where silence was safer than honesty. Over time, they stopped listening to their intuition. They learned to mistrust their inner voice. They convinced themselves that their own feelings were too risky, too complicated, too much. They became what was expected, playing the role they were handed. But the soul cannot stay silenced forever. And now, like a whisper that has grown into a roar, their inner wisdom is speaking louder than the voices around them. Something stirred recently that woke them up. It could have been a dream, a conversation, a sudden wave of emotion, or even a quiet realization in the middle of the night. But whatever it was, it shook them to their core. They began to see through the illusions. They began to feel the falseness of the life they had been carrying. They began to question everything they once accepted as truth. And in that questioning, your face, your love, your energy has returned to them like light breaking through clouds. In the middle of all this emotional chaos, they think of you, not as a distant memory, but as the guiding force pulling them back to shore. You are the only thing that feels real. You are the only thing that feels pure. Even if they cannot yet put it into words, their heart knows this truth, and it is becoming louder than the noise around them. What they once doubted, they now trust. What they once buried, they now feel. And this awakening is changing them from the inside out. This is not the change that others can see clearly yet. To their family, it looks like mystery, like distance, like quiet rebellion. They are not reacting the way they used to. They are not as easy to control, and they are no longer quick to please. They have turned inward. They are listening to themselves in a way they never have before. This unsettles those who relied on their compliance, but it is the most sacred step of their life, because now, at last, they are remembering the truth of love. They are remembering you. The angels want you to know that even when you felt forgotten, even when you questioned your place in their life, Your love was working inside of them like healing medicine. Your presence was gently undoing years of conditioning. You never had to chase them or force them. You simply had to be who you are. And that was enough to awaken their soul. Right now, they may not be ready to reach out. They may still be unsure of what to say or how to explain the depth of what they feel, but they are slowly coming into alignment. This is not just about rebuilding a relationship. It is about rebuilding their relationship with themselves. That takes time. That requires trust. And the angels remind you that this is the part of the journey where patience and faith matter most. You may feel more dreams. You may feel signs in music, symbols, or sudden memories. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. You are walking the same energetic path, even if in the physical world you seem far apart. In the spiritual world, you are side by side. So hold steady, dear one. Do not fear the family's panic. Do not fear the silence. Everything is moving exactly as it should. The old illusions are crumbling, and in their place, something sacred is being born. Your soulmate is awakening. They are remembering, and they are slowly making their way back to the one place where their soul feels at home, with you.